Hey there, it's Nathan from Cascadia College. At Cascadia, we have triple bins stationed throughout our campus. Trash, recycling, and compost are all accepted here. But how do we know which bin to use? And when the waste is collected, where does it all go? What happens to it? Today, we're going to take a closer look. Trash is where we put anything that can't be used again. It includes smaller plastics and styrofoams, like candy wrappers, takeout boxes, and packing peanuts. One common misconception is that landfills and dumps are the same thing. Dumps are open holes in the ground, where trash is buried or even burned, creating hazards to human health and the environment. Landfills are much more heavily regulated trash sites, where waste is systematically collected, compressed by heavy machinery, and covered. What's more, they're lined with 2 feet of clay and are equipped with leachate monitoring systems to ensure groundwater doesn't become polluted. Though we've come a long way from simple dumps or just throwing trash in the street, it's important to remember that landfills pollute with greenhouse gases like methane, and that space and resources are limited. It's usually best to treat the landfill as a last resort. Consider if you can recycle, compost, or reuse the item instead. Recyclable materials are those that can be processed and used again, like aluminum cans, cardboard, and plastic jugs like milk cartons and peanut butter jars. The recycling bin is taken to a municipal recycling facility, or an MRF, where workers sort the items on a belt. Recycled materials have to be loose. Any bags of recycling end up in the landfill. They also have to be cleaned out beforehand. Some materials are more recyclable than others. For example, paper can only be recycled about 7 times before the fibers are too worn out to be used again. On the other hand, metal and glass can be recycled almost indefinitely because they can be melted down and formed into new items without changing the chemical makeup of the material. Compost is the best option for disposing of food scraps and yard waste. It's also a good place for cardboard and paper scraps, as long as they're not glossy or colorful. Although they can be recycled as long as they're not too small, compost is a better place for these items since they can be used again and again indefinitely. This is sometimes called closed-loop recycling. Organic materials in the compost bin are collected by municipal workers and taken to a composting facility. There, anything organic can be returned to the soil and turned into a powerful fertilizer for farmers and gardeners. For these reasons, composting is the best option for waste disposal, if you can choose it. You may have noticed that while triple bins are available at home and campus, they're pretty rare otherwise. A lot of places only offer trash, sometimes recycling, but almost never compost. I'm proud of Cascadia College for offering 3 waste streams, but until the rest of the world can catch up, I'd encourage people in public to bring their compostable materials home and put them in the green bin there if they can. This small habit can help us fight climate change on an individual level, since it cuts back on greenhouse gas emissions by stopping food from going to the landfill. Either way, we hope you enjoyed watching this video and learning more about what happens to our waste after it's collected. This video was brought to you by Cascadia College.